Good morning, everybody. Bonjour. Salam alaikum. Actually, it's a premiere for me. I will make a speech with my laptop. Generally, I'm traditional with paper, but the printed part didn't reach me before. So I will apply and use digital to share with you. Honorable Deputy Minister of Communication and Digitization, different also representative of the Ministry of the Education in your various capacities, head of national agencies, head of units, partners, dear colleagues from Unicef, dear colleagues from Coursera, dear colleagues from Plan International, and all other present here. Dear representative of Ghana National Commission of UNESCO, representative of academia, teachers, and teachers educators, our friends of media. It's a pleasure, and I'm really delighted to be part of this Maiden Digital and Distance Learning Conference under the theme Reimagine Ghana's Education by Harnessing the Power of Digital and Distance Learning. It's a long-awaited conversation, and we're very happy to be part of this and to see that it could be organized today. Congratulations to CENDLOS and its partners for mobilizing stakeholders in the digital and distance learning ecosystem to brainstorm and discuss issues relating to policy, access, equity, inclusion, and financing of digital and distance learning in Ghana. I really want to reiterate and say a huge ayeko to Nana and his team, a young, vibrant, dynamic team. Ayeko and Medase to all of them. We are very impressed by the level of mobilization, having all national agencies and all the stakeholders present. Really thank you. I think that we have not witnessed such mobilization in the education space since last National Education Week, which happened here last October or September. So congratulations again. So let's make the best of this mobilization. This conference could not take place at a better time with a call to action to reimagine the futures of education, especially after the ravaging effects of the COVID-19 on pedagogy, contact hours, curricula, and above all, learning outcomes. The panel we've just heard and followed spoke and translated eloquently this challenge: reimagine education, reimagine the future of education. I wish to commend the government of Ghana for the various interventions in ensuring the continuity of learning during the peak of COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent safe returns of pupils, students to school after almost a year of disruption. Ladies and gentlemen, the catalytic effect of quality education cannot be overstated. Yesterday, we had the privilege to hear a passionate, a vibrant, inspiring speech by Honorable Minister of Education. And in his speech, he demonstrated to us how the bold decision of his elder brother to finance his secondary school has brought so much honor and transformation to their family, community, and the country at large. There are many of such stories of how a heroic action by an individual has positively affected the lives of many people. We must all learn from these compelling stories and be determined to do more, no matter how small we perceive our contribution. The minister is not here, but I'm sure we will transmit him this appreciation. Yes, we heard from his history. It's an African history. It's an history of a visionary, a committed man who wants to bring its contribution to the construction of the edifice Ghana, Africa, the world. And it is possible, he said it, it's possible here in Ghana and in Africa, and we are witnessing, and we are to give our support. Again, I am very impressed by the progress that has been made by the CENDLOS team as they show us yesterday the evolution of their flagship iBox. I wish to share that in the midst of the COVID-19, well, in the midst, it has just started, we didn't know how it will evolve. In March 2020, I, with my colleagues, Prosper, we went and visited CENDLOS, and we met Michael and, what is it? Dr. Mallet, the memory of CENDLOS. And we started this conversation on how could we help CENDLOS to be the bone of the response of the government to the outbreak. So we are very impressed by the progress that has been made by the CENDLOS team, as it was showed yesterday, and the evolution of their flagship, iBox, Offline Digital Learning Access Point, and iCampus, the online digital learning platform from 2014 till now. We must value and celebrate these homegrown solutions. CENDLOS must be supported to build on these achievements to transform teaching and learning in Ghana and beyond. With the need support, CENDLOS can extend its support to other countries in the sub-region. And it is our colleague actually from the office of Abuja, the regional office of Abuja is here, and she's following closely the evolution of CENDLOS. She was here 3 months ago, and we are sharing the experience of CENDLOS with all countries, particularly the Anglophone countries in ECOWAS region. It's obvious that CENDLOS has a big potential to do more if the capacity of the institutional is enhanced and supported with the appropriate legislative framework and core funding from the government. We are on track, but we are not yet there, and we still have to be vigilant and be behind and support and ensure that it be a reality. On our part, from the partners, we have been complementing the efforts of the government in many ways. Yesterday, my colleague Anne-Claire Dufay, representative of Unicef, on behalf of the development partners, Unicef currently chairing the development partners group, shared with you and reiterated our readiness and our wish to support the government effort. I would like to add just a few additional interventions. Through our partnership with Ghana National Association of Teachers, GNAT, and CENDLOS, the capacity of over 400 senior and junior high school teachers has been enhanced in ICT essential skills, instructional design, and emergency remote teaching techniques. Similarly, ICT competency framework for teachers to ensure standardization and professionalism in the teaching and learning of ICT is being developed. Over 4,000 teachers have received training in digital learning and STEM pedagogy through the Imagine Learning Africa online learning platform, which was established with funding from the Global Partnership for Education, but which will be now anchored and hosted by CENDLOS. 9 weeks distance learning course for teachers, radio and television personnel on basic digital skills in ECOWAS region, including Ghana, of course, have been developed, and this initiative was launched in spring 2020 through a partnership between ECOWAS and Unesco to ensure that the wish was to give the basic digital ICT skills for teachers, radio and television personnel. So now the module is online, and teachers are still using them. As mentioned also yesterday, UNESCO has also supported CENDLOS to develop an open educational resource repository to provide educational content to learners, researchers, and educators. So this will complete or contribute to this overall ecosystem, having an OER policy, I would say framework, to ensure that all free, available, open education resources are screened and selected through an official portal for the learners, the teachers here in Ghana. Also with UNESCO support and Unicef, the ICT in education policy is being reviewed. Yesterday we had the panel discussed about the importance of this policy. We are informed that there is an ongoing impact assessment, which is actually rather delaying the stakeholders' engagement mobilization process, because the process started early 21. A review, I will say a quick review of the ICT in policy to take a stock, all the lessons learned for COVID-19. But now we are almost end of 2020. The policy has not been, the revision has not finished. So we need to quick and accelerate the speed to really take stock of what we learn from COVID-19 and put it in the ICT in education policy. We should actually also use the opportunity of the ongoing exercise of the review of the Education Strategic Plan, ESP 2018-2030. So it's an opportune time to ensure that all we learned, all the revision in ICT also are embedded in the ESP 2018-2030. As you might be aware, also with another intervention from Huawei Technologies Limited, with Huawei Technologies Limited support, UNESCO is supporting the government to pilot an e-school system by equipping 10 selected schools with online and offline access points and capacity building support to the teachers and learners to facilitate teaching and learning during the normal and crisis period. What is the ideal e-school for Ghana? What is the e-school that Ghana wants to offer to all Ghanaian childs and students, to all Ghanaian child, the sustained one, the affordable one. So this is all about this intervention, really to help the country to pilot the best solution. CENDLOS is playing the key critical role in that exercise, of course, and all aspects are to be, of course, tackled. Contents, the equipment, the connectivity, and equity in the solutions. And last intervention, the one on higher education, but it was very well presented by Prof. Salifou, and the ongoing exercise for the Open University of Ghana that partners and UNESCO are supporting. So many of these interventions are being funded with support from international organizations and from private sectors organizations who have signed up onto the Global Education Coalition, which was launched, as you all remember, in March 2020 at the beginning of the outbreak, bringing different partners who committed to help countries to ensure that there won't be this break of learning, that continuity of learning should be secured everywhere, worldwide. So it's out of this Global Education Coalition that the Huawei, Wikimedia, also Foundation intervention with NACA, Creative View intervention to equip the University of Health and Alliances in Volta with smart classes. The Global Education Coalition also mobilized the support from the private sector to support the member states to protect the right to education, so during the COVID-19, but and to support in the recovery efforts. So all these interventions are brilliant, they are beautiful, they are smart, they are welcome, but we realize, and it was reminded yesterday, we need improved coordination. We need improved coordination. We need to know what is done all around the country, by who, with who, through which national institutions on a coordinated manner. And of course, under the leadership of the Minister of Education, and with a designated entity to coordinate the distance learning and e-education. So we are very happy that CENDLOS is recognized as this entity to play this role. And we are really glad to see that all national agencies are here, GTEC, NTC yesterday, CEA, Complementary Education Agencies also was here. So it's very promising to see that all stakeholders are here and part of this conversation, of course, the private and the CSOs also. Ladies and gentlemen, our collective effort at ensuring continuity learning during the pandemic is commendable. However, the challenges and opportunities that can be harnessed to make the educational system resilient to withstand future shocks. A large numbers of teachers, learners, and educators are yet to be equipped with the basic skills to integrate ICT in teaching and learning. It's an opportunity to commend the initiative of the government, the One Laptop, One Teacher program, which was launched last September, almost now 1 year ago. But we know that we have an estimation of 450,000 teachers around the countries. So I don't know how many of teachers have been able to go through a training to acquire the basic digital skills. Maybe 50,000 so far since 2020. So we need collectively to make a big progress to ensure that they have the basic. We're not talking of the second or third class of digital, but the basic. And it's a collective effort that is expected from all of us. The widening also digital gap and exclusion of marginalized groups, including out-of-school children. Yes, out-of-school children. We're not talking only about the formal platform. Again, we're happy that Complementary Education Agency was here also. Yes, because SDG 4 is to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote life learning opportunities for all, It's not only on the formal platform. So we have to address also the needs of the out-of-school children and the non-formal sector, and ensure and harness the all digital products and solutions to address this gap. The limited access to devices and connectivity, the high cost of data must be also addressed to leave no one behind. So I'm really happy that the Deputy Minister is here, and there won't be another person more best place to share later about what your ministry is doing. And let me really use this platform to commend the leadership of your minister running all around the country and ensuring and trying to reach all girls all around the country and giving them the basic to be able to code in ICT. So congratulations, it's a valuable contribution to ensure that the equity is addressed. Furthermore, unacceptable inequalities still exist in different segments of our society and geographical zones. Just to remind the metaphor that Tillman used, we are talking about these adolescent girls in an area in the north. Yes, there are still inequalities, and we have to address them. We are far from achieving gender equality for women and girls. Despite the promise of the ability of technology to connect us, the digital divide continues to widen, particularly in Africa. Education remains the main pathway to address these entrenched inequalities. That's why, building on our past experience, we need to contribute to transform education. Classrooms and schools are essential, but they will need to be constructed and experienced differently in the future. Education must build skills needed in 21st century's workplace, considering the changing nature of work. It is for this reason that UNESCO in the past year launched the Future of Education report entitled Reimagining Our Futures Together, a new social contract for education. This groundbreaking report was prepared by the International Commission on the Future of Education under the leadership of the President of Ethiopia, Madam Sahle-Work Zewde, with Ghana's Dr. Patrick Awe, founder and president of the Ashishi University, as a member. So the report proposed a new social contract for education, one that aims to rebuild our relationships with each other, with the planet, and with technology. I call on all of you to read this report, actually to contextualize this report, and I'm glad that IEPA, I don't know if they are present in the International Education, IEP, it's International Education Institute. No, IEPA Ghana. I'm talking about IEPA Ghana based in the UCC, which is a Category 2 center. They are planning actually to organize, yes, the director is coming, Michael is coming in the room. Welcome, Michael. You see, I was just, I was just calling you actually. So, and they will organize at the end of July a conference to share about the report, to contextualize it in Ghana, ECOWAS. What does it mean, future of education? What does it mean, reimagining education? Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot but use this platform also to link on global reflection, and just to remind all of us that the United Nations Secretary General, Mr. Antonio Guterres, will convene a Transformation Education Summit in next September, which will provide a platform to mobilize action, ambition, solution, and solidarity to achieve the education-related sustainable development goals and reimagine education to be fit for the future between now and 2030. This is in right line with the theme for this day conference. This summit will be organized around 5 thematic action tracks: inclusive, equitable, safe and healthy schools, learning and skills for life, and work and sustainable development, teachers, teaching and the teaching professions, digital learning and transformation, and last track, financing and of education. An important part of the summit preparatory process is for each country to organize national consultations to identify the key issues in the education sector that must be prioritized for support to enable the country to achieve the SDG 4, including addressing inequitable access, poor learning outcomes, and education financing gap. So we are glad that these conversations come timely and will feed the discussions and I would say the recommendation and the position of Ghana on action track for digital learning and transformation. And prior to the summit in September, there will be, end of June, a pre-summit in Paris, convening all Ministers of Education. We are glad that the Minister of Education will be there with an important delegation with the main the agencies and personalities leading and facilitating and this conversation in countries on the 5 action track. Yes, Mr. Moderator, I see that you are looking at the clock. I'm going to end, but you see, I could not but use this platform because I'm really happy to have such an audience. It's not every day, it's not every week, it's not every month. I told it, we didn't have such a big platform for education for months and months, but so we have to take the opportunity and continue to remind education is at the heart. It's at the heart. SDG 4 is at the heart and the pillars and the cornerstone for the attainments of all the other 16 SDGs. Before I end my statement, I look forward to your contribution and recommendation during group discussions, breakout sessions, which I recommend should be put in a position paper for Ghana's delegation that will attend this summit and the pre-summit. So thank you once again, Dr. Nana and CENDLOS team. I wish to thank the Minister of Education for the leadership and enabling us to have this conversation. Just say assure that we are here to support, we are here to be part of this journey for the best of education, for the best of the people of Ghana. Thank you for your attention. Medase.